I am merely trying to improve conditions here. If I can't do it from the inside, I shall have a few words to say to the media when I'm released.
That sounds suspiciously like a threat.
Does it? I didn't mean it to.
And can you stop playing with that doll?
Oh, steady on, Vera.
You know how she is. Well, if she's mad, she shouldn't be in here.
I'm sorry, but we're not prepared to eat this.
Aren't you? Well, it's up to you. You can eat it or starve. Doesn't bother me either way.
Bloody Vera. Oh, it's all the booze
She's
she's
there.
been putting away lately. It's done something to her brain. She had a go at me this morning about nothing.
Well, that's not a problem. She needs a bloke.
Oh, fat chance. Could you imagine waking up next to that face like a reconditioned prune?
Don't, I just had lunch.
Don't cry. We'll get your baby back for you.
Don't promise her anything you can't do.
Who says I can't do it? I'll get my solicitor onto it the moment I'm released. You see if I don't get that baby back.
I'll leave you two to talk.
Jesus, it didn't take you long, did it?
Eddie, I'm sorry.
I knew you wanted to get back on the game. You made that pretty bloody obvious, but I thought at least you'd have the brains to stay out of here.
Oh, Eddie, I love you.
Yeah, I bet you do. Now that you haven't got half a dozen mugs ready to climb into your bed every night and pay you for the privilege.
Now, there go, Eddie.
You stay out of this.
And by the way, you're fired.
Oh.
I beg your pardon?
My signature on that contract was a forgery. Worthless. You are finished, James, in every way.
You! I've seen the way you've been looking at me as if I'm some sort of slut or something.
Come on, that's enough.
Don't tell me that's enough. Who the hell do you think you are anyway? Just leave me alone.
This is who I am, madam. A police officer.
Welcome to
I
Wentworth,
think I
Vera.
might just take you in for being drunk and disorderly.
Hello there everybody and welcome to the video. My name's SerenitySoloReacts and here we are with Prisoner episode 10. Now this should be the show where it's starting to go weekly. If it's September now, it should be going weekly from this episode, hopefully. So after this episode, it will be moving to Saturdays. So keep an eye on that. Most of it's going to move to Sunday at some point when I get the next multi-day show started. Well, this is multi-month. But yes, I hope you're looking forward to that. Keep an eye out on Saturday, the coming Saturday, for the shows. Hopefully, I have got enough up. I will put a community post up throughout the week if I have, so keep an eye out for that too. So, if you're enjoying these shows, could you please ask for a like, comment and subscribe? I would really appreciate it. Please keep in mind that I don't want spoilers, so please tell me you've watched Prisoner without telling me you've watched Prisoner, basically. And if you're on Daily Motion, and follow as well, please. I would really appreciate that. If you have already, to any new, old, or thinking about subscribers, thank you so much. Your support means the world to me. Not only are you helping the channel, you're helping my mental health issues as well. Because I think of you every time my depression hits hard, and I think I've got to get content out to these people, and it pulls me through. So you're not only clicking the subscribe button, you're clicking the mental health button. So, to my Patreon members, it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots. And let's get on with the episode.
What are you up to?
Who said I was up to anything?
Blackmailing you?
I just said it would be a pity if something went wrong.
And I said, what could go wrong?
Well, there's the coat and hood the driver was wearing when the kid was run over. They described it quite clearly. Identical to the one you used to have. I checked your wardrobe. It seems to have disappeared.
I left it in the car. Whoever was driving it must have stolen it.
So was it her or wasn't it her?
That must have been it. But then there's your story about being in the hotel room when the accident took place.
Don't spoil it.
You weren't. I came back for you. The room was empty.
What do you want?
Complete control
Complete
of
control of the Australasian operation we're opening up.
Thank you. If this is
No
your
more
first
playing
episode,
your
go back.
lackey or your traveling companion. Well, what do you say?
What choice do I have?
If you're wondering why I'm still wearing the same shirt as last episode, it's because I'm
I came
recording
to
this
say
straight
goodbye.
after.
Helen's lawyers arranged everything. I'm being released.
Lynn, that's marvellous. I hope you don't make the same mistake I make. When you get out of here, forget all about this place.
I hope I can.
What will you do?
Go back home to my parents.
And the baby?
Mum and Dad don't know about it yet. I guess I'll have it adopted.
That's something you must decide for yourself. Police are waiting in.
Oh, fine, just cut her off. She didn't thank the wrong person like she did last time. That poor woman, like I said in the last episode, she's not going to get no thanks whatsoever. Hope you like the fact the curtains have gone in the previews.
They can't honestly expect us to eat this.
The champers in the crate come with the second course.
It's bad enough being locked up in here without having to eat this indigestible rubbish.
Well, I wouldn't worry if I were you. You'll probably be out after your trial tomorrow.
But you won't be. Why do you put up with it? If you all stood together, they'd have to do something about it.
Yeah,
Or
what
let
have
you
got in
starve.
mind?
Refuse to eat it.
Oh.
But people have tried that before. They just force feed them.
They can't force feed all of us.
I don't know what all the fuss is about.
Day at a time.
Oh, it tastes all right to me. Wouldn't believe she used to be a cook, would you?
Neither would the shearers she used to feed. Those that survived, that is.
She didn't mean to, she said.
What do you think, Bea?
You're right. Suppose it's worth a try.
I remember her saying showing her what to make them sick.
I'm sorry, but we're not prepared to eat this.
Aren't you? Well, that's up to you. You can eat it or starve. Doesn't bother me either way.
She was
I want to see
delighted.
the governor.
Why don't you just sit down and eat your breakfast?
I want to see the governor.
Sit down! She wants to see the governor.
Yeah, she wants to see the governor.
She wants to see the governor. She wants to see the governor. She wants to
Throw your
see
food
the
about.
governor. She wants to see the governor. She's got to get the governor.
Cosmetics Queen secures release of innocent girl. The press is starting to see
She
Martha as
didn't.
some sort of a saint.
No.
Just the sort of publicity we need.
Well, at least she managed to get Lynn released.
Oh, that's the only good thing about it. Come in.
Look,
Is
there's
this
trouble in
woman
the
not going to
dining
get
room.
credit?
Most of the women have refused to eat their breakfast.
Why?
Masters has convinced them the food's not good enough. She wants to talk to you.
Really? Where is she now?
In the recreation room with the others.
Well, we'll let them cool their heels for a while. I'd say friend Masters will soon lose her following when they get hungry.
You'll have what I give you. Here,
They might
for you.
have, I'm going to say they might have buy up.
Get your fingers out. Right. Here. Well,
Which poor cow only got an
this is the
apple?
last.
Kind of. Someone's making a good teapot, though.
It's best if you don't stir things up too much.
There are times when we have no choice.
I've been here a long time. I know how easy it is for something like this to get out of hand. Having another riot now is not going to do any of us any good.
I assure you I had no intention of inciting a riot. You don't trust me, do you?
I didn't say that.
I did get Lynn released when everyone else had given up.
True.
No.
I just don't want to see anyone getting hurt, that's all.
That's the last thing on my mind, believe me. These girls have it tough enough already.
In what way?
Well, just being here. I mean, what's a girl like Karen doing here?
Well, I think that's something you should ask her, don't you?
Your friend Lynn will be well on her way home by now.
So
Suppose
is that
the whole
the last
town
of
will
Lynn,
be out
then?
to welcome her. Her being in the papers and everything.
Yeah, let's hope so.
I don't... Oh, I guess that's a no, then. I don't think so, though, because mud sticks. She may have been cleared of it, but she got accused of it.
Hello, love. Welcome home.
Hello, Mum.
It's good to have you back, love.
Well, I better get you home, eh?
What are they going to say about the pregnancy, though? I mean, I'm sure they're not going to be too pleased.
Well, I suppose you'd hardly recognise the place after all
But it
these months.
wasn't
Put new
consensual.
curtains up at Christmas. There's new lino in the living room. Would have had the place painted, but with the price of paint going up.
Well, the town's much the same, though. The Watsons sold the hotel, moved up north somewhere. People from Dubbo took it over. And they're talking about pulling down the telephone exchange and putting us onto the automatic. Can't see the good in it myself. Still, I suppose we have to keep up with the times. Now, let's see, what else has been happening?
Mum, Dad, look, we've got to talk about it. There's no point in pretending nothing's changed. I've been in jail and I'm pregnant. You can't just ignore it.
Well,
Have she told him why
I
she's
think that's
pregnant?
something for you and your mother to discuss. I'll leave you two alone for a while.
The important thing is, it wasn't your fault. You were innocent. Your father and I both knew that. Now, the best thing for you to do is just put it all out of your mind and everything will be fine.
Oh, how can it? I'm going to have a baby.
Well, we can tell everyone that you were married in Melbourne and he got killed in an accident.
Oh, Mum, if it hasn't already been in the papers
nice.
down here, it soon will be. The man who raped me's coming up for trial. People are bound to find out about
Yeah,
it.
she'll have to attend that
It's a small
trial.
town, love. It's a long way from the city. Things that happen there don't affect us. Now, there's nothing to stop you marrying someone nice and settling down right here. Well, young Billy Morgan was only asking about you the other day. Well, you and Billy seem to be hitting it off really well before you went away. Billy's a nice boy. He's got a good job at the mill. Sure he wouldn't mind your being a widow.
I mean, she has to live
All right, ladies,
life,
ready for
a
eye
life,
exercises.
a life.
Sit up nice and straight. Uncross your legs, Bee. And look ahead, straight ahead. All right? And eyes left and right. And look up and look down. And again, eyes left and right and up. Keep your head still, Lizzie. Look down. Now in circles, to the right first. And circle right.
I can't, I've got a bad eye.
And circle left.
You lot are supposed to be working, not sitting around making funny faces. The governor's ready to see you.
Took the
Hill,
time.
Tell him what's what. Okay, let's go.
Nearly want to go on work strike as well.
G'day, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Eddie.
Hi. Oh, hey, Eddie, you heard from Marilyn?
No.
Well, don't look so bloody miserable about it. The way you were talking yesterday, that's just what you wanted.
Yeah, well, that was yesterday, B. I should have known she'd need time to settle down. I shouldn't have yelled at her.
Yeah, well, once she's had a chance to think about it, I wouldn't mind betting she'll come back to you.
Well, I hope you're right. I'll tell you one thing, if I do get another chance, I won't be making the same mistake again.
Well, Masters, what trouble are you causing
He will.
this time?
Don't blame me, blame the food.
There's nothing wrong with the food.
Have you eaten in the
don't
prisoner's
trust
dining
her.
room lately?
There are regular health department inspections. I assure you, the food is up to standard.
Then it's time the standards were raised.
Your trial is tomorrow. You will probably be on here another day. I really don't see what you have to gain by causing more trouble, except, of course, a certain amount of publicity.
What a cynical turn of mind you've got. Of course, if the media insist on finding me newsworthy, there's not a lot I can do about it.
You could try keeping a lower profile for the rest of your stay here.
Why should I? I've spent the best part of my life helping women. Why should I stop because I'm in here?
The only person you're trying to help is yourself. It's pretty obvious what you're up to.
I am merely trying to improve conditions here. If I can't do it from the inside, I shall have a few words to say to the media when I'm released.
That sounds suspiciously like a threat.
Does it? I didn't mean it to.
I'll look into the meal situation. If I find the food is not up to standard, my standards, not yours, I'll do something about it. But if I consider it is up to standard, then that will be the end of it.
Have you got to sabotage it? Or burn it or something?
Yes.
Or undercook it?
Thank you.
Or have
Your
Lizzie
permission's on
cook
the way.
it?
You and Meg attend to it, will you?
Right.
That's all, Masters.
Would you believe you're my first patient today?
Do I win a prize or something?
You know what I mean. Most of
tablet.
the women only come in here because they're bored. Since Helen Masters arrived, they've found better things to do.
Like going on a hunger strike.
What?
She's persuaded them not to eat until the food improves.
Oh, so that's what Vera was so upset about earlier.
Does she need a reason?
She's
Probably
always
not.
upset.
My dear, she has been, well, looking pretty awful lately.
It's a reaction to a
Must
month's
be
death,
that.
I think.
No, I think it goes deeper than that. Maybe someone ought to have a talk with her.
You're the doctor.
I was thinking more of a friend. You work as closely with her as anyone.
I don't think so, Greg.
Don't let me push you, just an idea.
Well, I'll think about it.
Yeah, well, I've been looking everywhere for you. The new arrivals are coming in. If you're going to spend your days chatting with the doctor, would you at least let reception know where you are so that people can find you?
And she wonders why she hasn't got a man.
You've got to walk bloody miles now. This stuff's shifted. Do you ever stop bloody whinging? Up you.
Oh, for God's sake, put that back. Why don't you grow up?
I was only mucking about.
Oh, that's about all you're good for. It's time you grew up.
And I suppose that's what you've done since she started putting all that silly high-flowing muck into your head.
Ladies, Mrs. Davidson will be in the dining room at lunchtime to look into the food situation.
Well done, yeah.
We better start putting in our orders now. Oh, I think I'll start with a big passion fruit pad.
Yeah, well, I'll settle for bangers and mash. Hey, listen, see who's got the governor.
Bacon
for lunch.
cheeseburger.
I want you to make sure that the food is up to expectation.
Yeah, I reckon we should.
Right, when the time comes, I'll keep the screws busy and you take care of the rest.
Okay.
I was wondering, what sort of teaching did you do?
Primary school, young kids.
Did you like working with children?
Yes.
You know, if you wanted to, you could do a lot to help the other women in here.
Been talking to Dr. Miller, have we?
No, I go by my own instincts. After I get out, it would be good to know that someone else was carrying on the work I'd started.
Yes, so you can forget about us with a clear conscience.
Not at all. I fully intend to do everything I can to help when I'm outside. It just needs someone on the inside as well.
How long for, though?
And
She'll
I
get
think you're
bored.
the right person for it.
Sorry, I'm no social worker.
You better watch it, mate. That's my girl you got your
What are
hands
you
all
talking
over.
about?
What do you fancy her
Oh,
to
for
do?
God's
I'm
sake.
sorry, I didn't realize.
Now, just a minute.
Well, look who it is.
What?
Pardon?
You don't remember me, do you?
No, I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't.
Did she become a
Monica
pro
Hotel?
again?
Champagne ring a bell? It was because of you I ended up in the kitchen. Remember now?
Oh, yes.
Don't reckon you're so high and mighty now, huh?
Oh, I'm perfectly comfortable, thank you. Even in here, there are those who rise naturally to the top, and those who sink to the bottom. Come on, Mason.
Disappointed in Madeline. Who are the others then?
Hi, sweetheart. No need to introduce you, is there? I think you know everyone.
Where's Eddie?
Have a nice day.
What are you doing here?
What do you think? I got picked up.
You stupid, brainless little bitch. What the hell's wrong with you? He wanted to marry you, and you have to go back on the game.
I know, Bea. It's just that it all...
At least she's away from this one now, this guy. Don't know what it was in for, though. He's not protesting his innocence.
What's the hurry? You give yourself a stroke.
No, I just want to get the job finished, that's all. You know, with Lynn gone, there's not much point in taking my time anymore. And I want to get a good report for this job. I'm due for parole, you know. I should be out next week.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Well, first thing I'll do is...
Why was
is
she
write to
quiet?
Lynn and get her to come back so we can be together.
Must have other girls waiting on the outside, a good-looking boy like you.
You kidding? Once you've been inside, they don't want to know you. Well,
That's a nice
the
sight,
decent
God.
ones, anyway. But Lynn's different, like, you know, she knows what it's like. We've got a lot in common, you know.
So is there a men's prison very nearby there?
Dear Dad, arrived home safely. The trip on the bus was okay. Mum and Dad were a bit upset about the baby and everything, but they don't want to talk about it. I know they both love me, but I I think they're a bit ashamed of me too, which upsets me. They just don't seem to understand. I wish you were here, then I'd have someone to talk to that knows how I feel.
No, stay away from
Please
him.
write soon. Love, Lynn.
Get off with someone who doesn't break the law.
Eddie, what you said about Marilyn, if you had another chance, you wouldn't make the same mistake. You really mean that?
Do I mean it? B, I am so bloody miserable without her.
It's a different story now.
Are you trying to tell me you know where she is?
Yeah.
Well, where? Look, I've got to talk to her. Well, if I can talk to her, I know I can make everything all right.
Hey. I'll leave you two to talk.
Jesus, it didn't take you long, did it?
Eddie, I'm sorry.
I knew you wanted to get back on the game. You made that pretty bloody obvious, but I thought at least you'd have the brains to stay out of here.
Oh, Eddie, I love you.
Yeah, I bet you do. Now that you haven't got half a dozen mugs ready to climb into your bed every night and pay you for the privilege.
Now, there go, Eddie.
You stay out of this.
Oh, no, he's in
I
the
know
night.
what you love, and you can just find someone else to give it to you because I've spent enough time up in that bloody ceiling to last me for the rest of my life.
Oh, yeah, she went back on the game. I'm on his side on this one. I went last time about the trust and that, but now...
Hey.
Got any more great ideas?
Well, I didn't know that was going to happen now, did I?
I told you it'd go off his brain.
Yeah, you certainly did. I'm beginning to think you two deserve each other.
Look, I'm only in for another month. If I'd waited till I got out, I could...
He comes here to work practically every day. How do you think you're going to avoid him? Lock yourself in the loo all the time?
I don't know.
Give him a while to get used to it. He'll come around, you'll see.
You know whose fault all this is? It's that Masters woman. If it wasn't for her, I'd still be working at the hotel and none of this would have happened.
No, because she wasn't let watch her sleep with you.
Well,
Yes.
she didn't exactly help me.
Yeah, well, maybe you didn't ask her in the right way. I'll tell you one thing. She's managed to do a fair bit of stirring around here the past few days. I'm almost sorry to see her go.
Oh, yeah, Madeline,
Well,
you
I've
can't
drawn
eat.
up the contract as you requested, nominating James as the chief executive of the Australasian subsidiary. All we need now is your signature there.
I want to read it thoroughly first. Oh, don't worry, I'll have it signed before the trial tomorrow.
Good.
Now, if you don't mind, I want to speak to my solicitor in private.
Yeah, he should be there anyway. When she's having a meeting with a solicitor. In private, Meg.
It's possibly none of my business, but you're putting James into a very powerful position. Now, do you really think he can handle it?
That's for me to worry about. Your job is to convince the jury that I am innocent.
Convince?
Are you sure you're able to do that?
Not prove I'm innocent.
Particularly with all the favourable publicity you've been generating lately. Although it would help if we could get one of the prison staff as a character witness.
See what I can do.
Not Erica.
Yes, I'm quite
or
sure you
Vera.
managed to persuade
That leaves Meg. Doctor.
Come on, what's the hold up? I'm starving.
Just shut up and wait.
Oh, so you're on their side now, are you?
I'm on nobody's side but mine. If it means getting better grub in here, why not?
She's not had a visit from her brother in, what, 2 episodes?
Okay, just hang about and watch the fun. Take your
three.
mind off your worries. Hey, Vera, I thought the governor was coming.
She's on her way.
Yeah? Taking her time. Hope she's bringing her
Salt.
stomach pump with her.
Where you lot go on, you're lucky to be fed at all.
If it were left to me, I bet you all starve.
If it were left to you, you wouldn't have to. We'd all have stuck our head in the gas oven long ago.
What do you think you're doing? Shh,
Yeah, get away from it.
I don't see Helen Masters.
Sorry if I've kept you waiting.
You called,
Let's
madam.
get on with it then.
Wow. Should have got the exact same portion they get and eat it all. Oh, well.
Lunch will be delayed an hour or so while I speak to the kitchen officer.
Why is the kitchen officer not in the kitchen? Angel, where is the kitchen?
This tastes after the stuff they used to hit us with in the jail.
Oh, that's all in the past now. You have some more.
Mum, I haven't finished this yet.
Well, when you do finish that, I'll take you for a walk around the farm. See if you think the place has changed much.
Okay, but I just have to post a letter first.
To anyone we know?
Just a friend, someone I met in the jail.
I don't know that's a good idea, though. They're not your kind of people. Better forget them. Make your friends here.
How can you make judgments like that, Dad? Look, you don't even know them. Some of them were really good to me.
It doesn't alter the fact that they're criminals. They're different from people like us. The sooner you put it all behind you, the better.
No, nothing like it.
Is she going to be able to stand that life?
According to the cook, it didn't taste as bad as this when it left the kitchen.
She would
You'll
say
appreciate we've only got her word for that. The fact is the food's inedible. However, I do have a suggestion. There must be some good cooks among the prisoners, and they can hardly complain about food they've prepared themselves.
Oh, yes, great idea.
I wouldn't mind having a go.
Oh,
Nope.
thank you, Lizzie, but I don't think you're the right one for the job.
She's in for poisoning.
Hey, Marilyn, I'll give it a go.
Hey, I don't know the...
All right, I'll speak to the kitchen officer.
Look, Bea, I don't know the first thing about cooking.
It's about time you learned for when you and Eddie get back together again.
This means the kitchen officer's going to get sacked.
Plenty of time, won't it?
Come in. Hello.
I'm sorry to bother you. Touch of indigestion. I'm afraid my system doesn't take terribly well to prison food.
From what I understand, you're taking steps to improve things in that department.
That remains to be seen, but I feel we've taken some steps in the right direction.
You know, considering the short time you've been here, you've done wonders with some of the women.
I wish someone would tell that to the judge at my trial tomorrow.
But if you think it'd help, I'd be glad to.
Thank you.
Manipulation.
It's nice to know my efforts are appreciated in some official circles. I'd like to do more, but it's so difficult without knowing the girls' backgrounds. They don't want to talk about it.
I know. If I can be of any assistance.
Yes. As a matter of fact, you can.
How's she going to use it?
You back, are you?
Well, how have you been?
All right. No need to ask about you.
It wasn't my fault, Billy.
Oh, no. It wouldn't be. Not little Miss Pure. All the time we were going out together, you'd never let me lay so much as a finger on you. Please, Billy, let's wait until we're married. And I was stupid enough to go along with it. Them city blokes must have been something really special, eh?
He'll find out after the trial. I know she says the news of the city doesn't reach there, but she can get a paper and throw it in his face.
Now that's what I call real food. It was even better than the pie cart. What do you say, Frankie?
All right.
All right. It's the best meal I've had in ages.
Well, Bea did most of it. I just helped.
Oh, here comes the one you really ought to thank.
She buttered the bread.
Doreen, have you got a minute? I'd like to talk to you.
Oh, sure.
You better watch it, Doreen. She's after your body. Pretty talks. Pretty.
What's wrong?
Nothing, Doreen. I just want your help in a little project, that's all.
Oh.
It's to remain between the two of us. Do you
Oh.
agree?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Just that I'm playing a joke on an old friend.
I thought you got details on Doreen.
I was talking to some people, and I understand you're in here for forgery.
Oh, flying kites.
She's going to forge his
More to the point, I believe you're
signature.
very good at it.
Or her signature.
Yeah, I'm pretty
should I
good.
say.
Do you want to see some of my work?
Oh, no, that won't be necessary. You're just the right person for what I have in mind.
Why aren't you working, Anderson?
There's nothing to do.
That's no reason to hang around blocking corridors. Move!
Come along, Doreen.
God, she's got to be kidding.
Oh, she's
there.
been putting away lately. It's done something to her brain. She had a go at me this morning about nothing.
Oh, that's not a problem. She needs a bloke.
Oh, fat chance. Could you imagine waking up next to that face like a reconditioned prune?
Don't, I've just had
Ooh.
lunch.
Don't worry, Vera, they are no-named officers. You're more important than they are. What's the kid? How come we've never seen her before?
Are you still here?
Well, these things take time, you know.
They certainly do, especially now that Mason's back. And you're not exactly working your fingers to the bone either, Travers.
There's not enough work for all of us in the laundry. I wish there were.
And can you stop playing with that doll?
Oh, steady on, Vera. You know how she is.
Well, if she's mad, she shouldn't be in here.
It's true, but, you know, trust Vera to tell it how it is.
What's wrong with her?
Beth, they took a baby away.
Why?
It always happens when the children turn 1.
Well, she did
Regulations.
technically lose a baby. It's not in the way I thought.
Don't cry. We'll get your baby back for you.
Don't promise her anything you can't do.
Who says I can't do it? I'll get my solicitor onto it the moment I'm released. You see if I don't get that baby back. You should know by now that when I say I'll do something, I do it.
This means changing the law. She doesn't have... Well, the prison society
Says she can
rules
get your
law.
baby back for you.
Don't know if it's law.
Beth?
She does it for that prison. She's got to do it for every prison. Well, they do.
What you doing? None of your business. Look, go and hang around someone else, will you? I'm busy.
Pardon me. I'm sure.
Go on, love.
Eddie, there's something I want to talk to you about.
We've got nothing to talk about.
Pregnant?
Oh, let him go. He's not worth worrying about. None of them are.
Oh, how the hell would you know?
She's going to put that wig on again. And that god-awful makeup. Is she not lonely in that? Well, she will be. That's probably why she acts that way.
Yes, what is it?
I was worried about you. You seemed so upset earlier on.
Look, I'm perfectly all right.
Are you sure? I mean, I know what it's like when you lose someone
Look,
close
I'm
to
on
you.
my way out. I've got this friend coming to pick me up. Well, he'll be here any minute.
Oh, well, I'll be off. I'll see you tomorrow.
Lies. This, no spoilers. Don't tell me in the chat this is hypothetical. Is she ever going to get a man? You know, get a nice, honest relationship.
Friend. That'll be the day you find yourself
Sorry.
a friend. You ugly, useless.
I thought you were pouring it.
Don't you think you've had enough, madam?
What do you care as long as I pay for it?
Well, cause trouble, you know. If you had too much.
you people. If I wanted to drink alone, I could have stayed at home. But you gotta get out.
This is why I said you had too much.
Meet people. You've got to make new friends. Well, that's what they all keep telling me. Well, here I am. Well, how about showing a bit of friendliness?
Come on, you've had enough, and I think you're annoying these people.
Not half as
See
much
the
as
owner?
they're annoying me. You. I've seen the way you've been looking at me as if I'm some sort of slut or something.
Come on, that's enough.
Don't tell me that's enough. Who the hell do you think you are anyway? Just leave me alone.
This is who I am, madam. A police officer.
Welcome to Wentworth,
I
Vida.
just take you for being drunk and disorderly.
Ooh, I might not have been wrong. That doesn't look like a prison station to me.
Whoa, careful, careful. That's all right, come on. Just sit down over here.
I'm sorry, I've caused you all this trouble.
No trouble. I mean, I should be the one to apologize for threatening to arrest you. Of course, I didn't know then that you were in an allied industry. How about I make you some coffee?
No. Look, just give me a minute and I'll do it.
Okay.
Has she got the energy to even
you ought to
stand
stay
up?
out of places like that. You could easily get yourself in a lot of trouble. Well, you're too nice a person for that.
I didn't know it was going to be like that.
Now, come on,
That
now,
poor
don't
man.
get upset. It's all right, you're home now. Hmm?
It was all the years stuck away in here looking after my mother.
Did a kind act.
I never had
And then
a
gets all
chance to meet
this put on
anyone
him.
nice. You know, when she died, I knew I had to meet people. But it's not easy for me. Every night, I'd get myself dressed up to go out. Oh, dear, when it came down to it, I just couldn't do it. Well, I'd sit here drinking, feeling sorry for myself. Well, they all hate me at work.
See, God.
Just try to do a good job. Oh, they hate me.
Oh, but change your attitude, love. They might like you.
Do you know, tonight I finally did it. I got the courage to go out. And all I did was make a fool of myself. They were all laughing at me. I could hear them laughing. They all hate me. Everybody hates me.
Is he still there? Oh, yeah. I thought he'd done and run her. Not going to throw a blanket on her or something? A throw over? Anything? A sheet? A speck of dust?
Good, you look like you need a stiff brandy. Medicinal purposes only, of course.
Hungover.
Not a peep out of her. She must be crook.
Doreen? Look, I just want to see Doreen alone for a minute. We'll be along in a minute. Those samples you did for me were perfect. Now it's time for the real thing.
Is she going to get him in trouble for this?
Right. Fantastic.
Where'd you get it?
Helen gave it to me.
Oh, yeah, what for?
Nothing special. We're just friends, that's all.
Probably only brass.
Oh, you'd know, of course.
I think she's going to get in
How do
trouble
you
for
think
this.
she'll go, B, at the trial?
Dunno, it depends. If she's innocent, she'll get off all right, I suppose.
Well, of course she's innocent.
How do you know?
Because I know. She's not the kind of person who'd do something like that. Just drive away and leave the little kid to die.
Well, maybe. Anyway, we'll all know soon enough.
Come in. Yes? What can I do for you?
It's about Beth Jones.
What about her?
We know how she's been since they took the baby away.
Yes, I know. I'm keeping her under mild sedation. There's nothing else I can do.
Isn't there? You could try to get the baby back.
I can't do that.
Well, have you tried? Helen Masters showed us what could be done if we tried. She had Lynn released. I've heard the women talking about a prison reform group.
She didn't!
Now, you know how difficult it is to get messages to people on the outside.
She didn't do a thing.
I thought you might be able to contact them for me.
Look, I wouldn't know where to find them.
Well, there's no point then, is there?
Wait. Karen, I am in a hurry, but I'll see what I can do later, okay?
Don't put yourself out.
My appointment is important. I'm appearing as a character witness for Helen Masters.
You have absolutely nothing to worry about. We don't have to prove a thing. It's up to the prosecution to prove that you actually left your hotel at the time of the accident.
It's doing my head in, she's getting the credit for
So,
Lynn.
just leave it all up to me.
Well, it sounds as though you're in the clear. By the way, you were going to sign that contract.
Well, surely we can wait until after the trial.
I don't think Helen wants me to do that.
Here it is. It's a phone call for you. Oh, look, ask them to call back. I've got to deliver her to the police.
Oh, it's the CIB. Someone called Graham Lang?
Oh, look, I'll take it to Mrs. Davidson's office. It's personal.
Sure.
Well, thank you, my love.
Should he be taking
I'm sure you'll
personal
find your
calls at
confidence
work?
in me fully justified.
Time to go.
Hello? Yes? Oh, I feel fine, thanks. Look, I'm sorry about last night. Well, I don't normally... It was just... Would you? Oh. Well, Graham, I'd love to. 7:30 tonight. Well, I'll look forward to it. Goodbye.
This is not a public phone, Miss Bennett.
Would you let her finish the
I'd
call?
appreciate it if you took your private calls elsewhere.
Oh, I'm sorry.
John Travolta get paid for his picture being there?
Crazy. Why are you so worried about her? You think she was God or something.
Well, you reckon she's innocent? She wouldn't be the first innocent person we've had in here, would she?
Oh, you give it back. Hey! Even little
Watch
snake.
it.
Give it out.
I wasn't going to pinch it. I was only mucking
What?
about.
You're always only mucking about.
Well, there was a time you didn't think like that. There was a time when I thought we were friends.
Yeah? Well, I've got better friends now.
She's getting out. Ish, maybe. Well, it sounds like she is. Keep your old friends. And you make friends with Frankie.
Delicious as ever. Mrs. Warner, when the good Lord finally calls you to his side, don't be at all surprised if he asks you to take along a basket of your scones.
Oh, have another one, Father.
Oh, thank you for the moment. No. Well, now, Lynn, this is a frightful mess you've got yourself into, and no
She
mistake.
didn't.
Yes,
She got forced
The
into
thing
it.
you must remember, my child, there is no degradation so deep, no sin so shameful, that God Almighty will not grant forgiveness to those who truly repent in his sight.
You see, Lynn?
In a way, I suppose we might look on this as something of a lesson.
Oh, wait a minute, Father. I don't have to sit here and listen to that kind of talk. None of the things that happened were Lynn's fault. She's got nothing to be ashamed for. And she doesn't have to apologize to you or us or anyone else. And as for asking for God's forgiveness, I think it's right. They should be the other way around.
Edward,
Thank you, Mr. Warner.
Very sorry. I'm sure he didn't mean it that
That's
way.
all right, Mrs. Warner. That's all right.
No.
Mr. Warner's upset. I can understand
correct.
that. It's time I was leaving anyway. I'll say good afternoon.
Well, I am sorry, Father, and we will be in church on Sunday. You can rely on that.
I'm sure I can, Mrs. Warner.
Well, Mr. Guthrie, everything went as smoothly as you said it would.
Thank you.
Drink, Doctor.
No, not for me, thanks. I must get back to the prison. Karen Travers asked me to get in touch with the prison reform group. She wants to get Best Baby back.
You sound rather pleased about it.
Yes, I am, actually. Been trying to get her interested in something for weeks. Well, goodbye, all.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye, and thank you.
Well, seems to have been a perfect day for all of us.
Yes, it has.
For some of us.
So no bail. She's out. She's out. Sorry, I missed that beginning bit what she says.
This afternoon will be fine.
So my ears kind of phased out.
No, I'm sure Miss
What do you
Masters
think?
isn't too tired to be interviewed on television. Yeah, fine, thanks. I've arranged a full news conference for you at the hotel in 1 hour from now.
Good. And by the way, you're fired.
Oh?
I beg your pardon?
My signature on that contract was a forgery. Worthless. You are finished, James, in every way.
You're bluffing. I'll go to the authorities, Helen. I'll change my testimony.
And of course they'd believe you.
If Doreen's
a
that
man who was
good,
fired for forging his employer's signature. A self-confessed perjurer.
If
which is
Doreen's
what
that
you'd be
good,
if you changed your story now.
would she...
Besides, as no one ever told you, you can't be tried
Be
for
able
the
to
same
prove it's not
crime
hers?
twice.
Oh, it's not bail
I've
then.
been found innocent, James. Innocent as a newborn babe.
That was a very, very quick court case for murder.
All the
And hit and
time I
run.
was locked up in that jail, I kept thinking
Normally drag on for
you
months.
and Dad must have been so ashamed of me, of what I was supposed to have done. All your friends, all the kids in school, everybody knowing I was in jail. And then when they found out I was innocent and they let me out, I thought the best part about it had been coming home and having everybody welcoming me and telling me that they knew all the time I didn't do it. You know? But they haven't. Everybody's acting as though I'm guilty.
Look, it'll just take a little time, that's all.
If you saw the way Billy looked at me in town yesterday, and Dad having that fight with Father Peterson. All I'm doing is causing trouble for you both. Would have been better off for everybody if I just stayed away and never come home.
What are we watching this current?
I just thought, because they followed Madeline when she got out and now she's back in, is Lynn going back in?
International cosmetics queen Helen Masters has been awaiting
Well,
trial
you'd
on a charge
know.
of manslaughter. Today, she was found not guilty and returned soon after to the luxury of her city hotel suite.
Yes.
What did you think of life in prison? Well, like everyone, I had certain preconceptions. I expected it to be a degrading, demoralizing experience. And I'm sorry to say I was absolutely right. The conditions inside were positively appalling.
Yay, Helen.
How did you find the other women? Equally appalling, I'm afraid. All I can say is
Bitch.
God help the decent citizens of this country if that collection of killers, thieves, and perverts is ever let loose on society. I formed the impression that most of them actually enjoyed it in there, and no sooner are they released than they commit another crime, are caught, and sent straight back in again. And the prison authorities exercised little or no control of them. I was in fear of my life the entire time I was there. It must have been a terrible experience. It certainly was. I don't think I could have coped without the encouragement I received from the media and the people of Australia. I can't tell you how much
She
it
took
meant to
them
me,
all
locked
for a
away in
bloody
that dreadful
ride,
place,
every single one of them.
to feel that there were so many of you out there who actually cared.
She wants to hope she never goes back in there. Where's Lizzie laughing? I thought she would be his mate. Oh, she's not getting a kid back.
She didn't say anything about my baby.
No. No, she didn't.
Karen, I got the address of the prison reform group.
Forget it.
So all that was for naught. No back to square one. So she was a bitch when she went in, she's a bitch when she came out. Oh, and it's finished. So yes, I enjoyed that, and I hope you're looking forward to these going weekly. If I've worked it out correctly, this is September, the September show, so it should be going weekly from Saturday. If it's not the September show, then it's the next one. But I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure. So yes, I hope you're looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to it. If I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be asking people if they want the evening shows being premiered again. I used to premiere them, but they've never got any views because they didn't get any impressions. So I stopped doing it. But if I get to 1,000, I'll ask if they want them premiering again. So have a think about that. I mean, I'm a long way, and I may never reach it. I hope I do. I mean, I'm not talking Mr. Beast here or stuff like that, but I'm hoping to become the best TV reaction channel. That's why I'm trying to bring you lots of different content. So hopefully you're liking what I do. You gonna do it? That's what I meant. It didn't do that last time. It's cutting off too early. Because I am really enjoying this show. Once again, I'll mention the Barnhurst years. I'm hoping they don't go downhill too much. But when I was doing the research, it didn't sound promising. I mean, I don't know much about it. Don't spoil it in the chat. I mean, you can tell me how much it goes down, or if it goes down at all, but they're just lying. But, yeah, you can let me know. Just don't spoil anything. I really am glad that Lynn's out, but as I said in the video, we followed Lynn on, Manolyn on the outside, and she's back in. We're now following Lynn on the outside. Is she going to go back in? Because I'm going to guess that will be the end of Ellen Masters now. I'm going to guess we're not going to see her ever again, unless she goes back in for some strange reason. But yes, I'm going to guess if they're going to go back in, they are seen. If they're not going to go back in, they are not. So I'm going to go on, and it is following Lynn. But why would she go back in? Because she is getting in touch with Doug. That's why. Well, thinking she's glad to be out. She's innocent. What would she do? Yep. I'm putting two and two together now. So if you enjoyed that, please give me a like, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And a follow on Daily Motion, I'd appreciate that too. And if you're looking forward to the weekly shows, please put that down below and let me know. And I'll be happy to know that people are happy about it. So thank you to all the subscribers who have, whether new, old, or, well, especially thanks to the older ones for sticking by me and not cancelling your subscription. Well, I say cancelling, you're not paying for it, but, you know, you are equal to me in importance, each and every one of you. I love you lots, I do. You know, and the followers on Twitter, you're just as equally important as well. But to my Patreon members, it is you that is bringing the content to me, to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots, no matter what tier you are. I honestly do. So with that, I shall sign out and go to the next one, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.